Okay, go. And we are live.
Oh man, what's going on, everyone? We hope your Tuesday was satisfactory and just all around awesome. We're joined here live today with your boy, yours truly, Mr. Fun Guy, aka Jeremy. I'm with my cohort, my homie.
This is your boy David, aka PhenomenalMiklo. And bro, it's Monday. Is your week that long already? The fact that you forgot what day it was?
I said Tuesday. Bro, you have no idea. I am so sick of making pizza all day. I'm done. I was actually looking forward to this day today. At the end of my shift to come here, get live with you and J3D, which, by the way, will join us momentarily whenever he gets a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's been crazy. It's been nuts. Okay. Uh, but we appreciate all the lovely people who are watching this currently, joining us today, and it makes us feel so awesome and so welcome. Um, the followers are following us, the comments we're getting from not only TikTok, YouTube, and the Instagram account means the world to us. We appreciate it, you guys. We really do.
Yeah, man. So, thank you for everybody who's followed us so far on this wonderful journey. I mean, it's been a blessing in disguise, you guys. Not even joking, straight from the heart. You know what I mean? We've built this community that we're building is slowly but surely, coming together. But above all else, the whole reason why we started to do this, community is because of we wanted to make sure that it's not just us out there as diehard Power Ranger fans. There's also other people out there as well. So, we thank you for joining in. Normally we just record the episode and then just push it out for you guys, but we wanted to do something a little different tonight. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be ranking every single primary Megazord from Mighty Morphin back in 1993 all the way to Dino Fury 2022. So we're going to be going over 30 years of Megazords, right? Just the primaries. We don't have enough time to be able to do all the auxiliaries like,
like the Ultra Zord, like
yeah,
the Turtle Zord, all the we've got all the Dino Thunder attachments, all the Wild Thunder. We don't have time for that. And yes, I know some of y'all are asking where's the Dragon Zord and where's the White Tiger. There's a reason for that. We're focusing on the original Zords before the 6 Rangers and before the other Rangers came on. We're just focusing on the original 5 or 3. But before we get into this, me, David, and Jerry are super excited to announce that after Once and Always, which is April 19th, it's something that every Power Ranger fan in this entire community has been talking about since last year.
Yep.
We're looking forward to this. Me, Jerry, and David will be doing a live reaction. We're going to watch party on Netflix, the 3 of us, and we're going to be doing a live reaction of us. So you'll be able to see me and Jerry for the first time on video, which is going to be outstanding, wonderful. But the day after, we're going to do a very special episode with a. We know him. We follow him on Instagram. I'm not going to tell you who he is. We're not going to say what he is, who he is in the community. But he's very well known and followed by a lot of people. And we follow him on Instagram. He's followed us in return, which we thank you. You know who you are. But y'all look forward to this special guest, and we're super excited to have him on the show at the Zeonizer Podcast.
Yeah. So hopefully by then, I'm excited by then, but hopefully by then, when it does come time to stream that, we'll have all our stuff, ready to go and everything. But with that being said, there are a couple of introductions that we do have to do, right? So one of the sponsors sponsoring today's video is going to be Reaper Apparel, right? So if you like good clothing, right, and you like the little skull and crossbones, I know I'm a big fan of it, right? I wear it on everything. I mean, if I can consider black as the color of my soul, I would, but I can't.
Wait, you say you wear on everything. Does that include your underpants as well?
Yes, even my underpants, sir. All right, and my socks. Okay, everything I wear basically has skulls on it, or is the color black.
Oh.
Okay. But with that being said, if you guys want good, cool merch, make sure you guys check out ReaperApparelCo.com. Okay, you'll be able to scroll through all the amazing jackets and shirts and hats and beanies. They don't have pants yet. They don't have shoes just yet, but they will be getting it. Okay, and the best part, you know what the best part is, Jeremy?
Tell me the best part.
Okay, the best part is if you use code Zeonizer3, okay, Zeonizer 3, you will get 10% off at checkout out of your entire
Why?
order.
Why that is basically taking the taxes off, man.
You know what? And with the government just constantly just shooting up our taxes, not giving a flying crazy whatever,
Yeah.
right? We got to take care of the taxes, okay?
Yep.
So you guys do us a huge favor, okay? Each item that you guys purchase, as long as you guys use code Zeonizer3, it goes a long way, okay? We get a little percentage, you guys get cool merch, and you guys get your taxes taken care of. It's a win-win for everybody, okay?
Indeed it is.
On top of that, once you signed up, and I didn't know this before, Jeremy, so I just found this out. Once you sign up to get email notifications about new products and everything that gets launched, and new collections that gets launched with the Reaper Pearl, the owner, right, our good buddy, will actually send you 10 steps to better your mental health in your email.
Awesome.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, I mean, the owner of the company, owner of Reaper Apparel, to give y'all a little backstory, did suffer from anxiety and depression and, things of that nature, especially around COVID time, when COVID would first hit, the world had burned upside down, basically. You know what I mean? So, but he overcame that. He figured, you know what? I don't have a job anymore. What else am I going to do? You know what? Let me do my own clothing brand, And he stuck to it. Now, Reaper Apparel is one of the fastest growing clothing lines in the United States. Okay, they sponsor a lot of small content creators like ourselves, and they do wonders for mental health. Right? They do a lot of, seminars and everything like that with anxiety, depression, mental health in general, and they will always send you an email in the morning, giving you tips and tricks on how to improve your mental health.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. I mean, I haven't bought any merch yet, but I plan on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, your boy is working on our own merch. I'll get to that in a minute.
Oh yeah.
But yep, Reaper Apparel is just an awesome all around. I'm gonna tell you why it's so awesome. Yes, we are a small time, kind of an amateur podcast, so very very small following, but still, that has not stopped me, David, and Jerry from constantly putting out content. And
Mm-hmm.
our hard work did pay off when we got an email a few weeks back saying that we were the top 10 content creators under Reaper Apparel.
Yep.
That's awesome, and we appreciate everyone who's followed us, who's bought stuff. We're friends, family, and fellow listeners. We appreciate it. We thank you. And we do this because we love Power Rangers as a whole. Not only Power Rangers, but Marvel, DC, video games, movies. We do it all, and from our deepest part of our hearts and our souls, we thank you each and every day.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And with all that thanking and all that love that we give you, it does make us a little bit tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
it does.
oh man, if only there was a product.
You know what? There is a product, David.
Talk to me about it,
I'll tell you
Jeremy.
this, man, Brody, I'm gonna tell you this product. You know, I will be honest. I'm a big former addict of Monster, Red Bull, Venom, Fuel. I mean, not G Fuel. Excuse me. All those energy drinks, and I'm epileptic, so I have to watch my high caffeine content. So
Mm-hmm.
we are sponsored by a energy called Dubby. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you may have seen Dubby on Facebook, Instagram, some on Twitter, YouTube, wherever.
I know I have.
Dub, Dubby, let me tell you, man, Dubby, I believe, is gluten free as well as caffeine free. So, all around, Dubby is a good keeps you energized. It does not, and get this, David, it does not give you jitters. It does
Really
not make
now?
you crap. Yeah. I
Huh.
mean, I can tell you right now. A few other like Red Bull or Monster or all those big names. I drink not maybe like 3, 4 sips, and not even 10 minutes later, I'm really jittery. Can't do my job at work. I can't do my work at home. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, W, same thing as Reaper Apparel. We give you 10% off. Taste carrier taxes. It's the same as the Reaper Apparel. Zeonizer 3. That's Zeonizer number 3. 10% off. 10% off.
Yep.
It takes care of your taxes. And here's the thing: if you do what my boy David did, and you mix certain flavors with some vitamin water, oh my God, you're missing out. Like,
Yep.
I highly recommend the Dragonade and the
Mm-hmm.
Triple X vitamin water. That is probably the best combination right there.
Oh, hands down, bro. Hands down. So, if you want some, good flavored energy drink, okay, it's keto friendly, it's gluten free, and you get 10% off. Not to mention the tubs that they come in, right, are very good size. They don't take up a lot of room, right? It's not like your traditional pre-workout, right? They do have some teas. W just dropped some teas. Now, tell me when an actual energy drink company, other than Monster, comes out with an actual tea that tastes good. Don't worry, I got time. I'll wait.
Well, I don't got time. I want to get this video started, man. Come on.
So, with that being said, go to w.gg, okay? Go pick what you want. Make sure you input that code, Zeonizer3, get 10% off your entire order. And the beautiful thing is, they restock constantly, okay? I just got a notification that their entire stock is filled up now, and they're starting shipping as of now. Plus, not to mention, I believe I'll have to verify it, but as long as you order more than $65 worth of stuff, the shipping is free. Now, how much better can you get that?
Not only that, free shipping, 10% off your cart. Man, that's like Christmas all over again, yo.
That's like Christmas morning, man. So,
right?
Without further ado, had to get our sponsors out of the way. We show them love, they show us love, and we show you guys love with great merchandise, great products. Trust me, we would not be advertising these things if we didn't believe it ourselves. Okay? So,
exactly. Yes.
With that being said, let's tune into today's episode. We're going to be ranking the Megazords from Mighty Morphin all the way to Dino Fury. Okay, 30 years of Megazords. It's not easy to do, but we're going to try.
Nope.
And we're probably going to catch a lot of flack for it, but it's okay. Okay?
You know what? Let's go ahead and say this. We're going to catch a lot of flack. We're going to catch a lot of hate.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that this is in our personal opinion as a trio, well, as a duo, because our trio, our third guy, he's hopefully going to be hopping on pretty soon. But this is just mainly our opinion. No one's going to agree with it. Everyone's going to disagree with it. But if you have any different opinion, feel free to drop it down in the comments. Tell us who's the best, who's the worst, who should be on here, who shouldn't be on here. And at the end of the day, we can all agree to disagree, and we can still be friends.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, and the way that we're gonna rank it, as you guys see, the tier list, right? So you have Ultra as the highest. You got Super. Okay. You got Carrier, as in like it kind of carried itself through the season, but it didn't really work out that way. You got Mid. Not exactly terrible, but it wasn't exactly the greatest. And then you got Dumpster Fire. Okay. And that Dumpster Fire is the worst of the worst. You can't get any worse. All right. And the way that we're going to be ranking it is not only on the looks of the Megazord, but also the power level. Okay. And that's a key.
The power, but the power and everything from the beams that is spit out from the Megazord itself, the blasters they may have, the swords, everything ties under the power.
Yep. So, with that being said, let's just jump straight into it, man. Mighty Morphin Season 1, 1993 OG Mighty Morphin. What do we think?
Man, I'm going to tell you that when I first started watching, now it was the suits, the high flying that caught my eye, and the fact that there was action nonstop, less drama than there is now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's simple. Can't get no simple transformations. Only a few clicks and clicks here, and then stands up, arms go back. It's just very simple. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it worked. I
True.
mean, and before the Dragonzord came along, it held its own very well. Not to mention the sword, still to this day, probably was the most classical swords every Megazord's ever held. It's just simple, nothing too, flashy or fancy. Or I can't, with single conscience in my head, put this anywhere but Ultra.
Ultra. You know what?
Not only that, but
I
also another thing, it had its own like kind of like tank form. I forgot the name for it, but it rolled kind of like a tank with those big cannons on its shoulders, and that mode itself was just beast before the transformation.
Yep. Yeah, it was, man. So one of the best there ever was, because prior to that, yeah, you had different Megazord formations, with the Super Sentais and stuff. But when it was actually
Mm-hmm.
introduced in Power Rangers, it caught everybody's eye. It was OG
It
it's
did.
OG for a reason. You know what I mean? And that tank form, bro, you are not kidding. That tank form would
Oh man.
knock out enemies left and right to the point where the tank form was so OP that the monsters had to get stronger for them to fully evolve from the tank form into the actual Megazord itself, and they still didn't stand a chance.
And it's funny. It's funny because I have not told anybody this. You and the people watching were the first to know when I was a kid. Whenever it says, Megazord has been issued, when they activated to go for them to stand up, for
Mm-hmm.
the longest time until high school, till a friend of mine corrected me. For some reason, I did not know why. I kept hearing Megazord needs a tissue, and I repeated that, and my friend, well, he goes, "It's Megazord has been issued. Megazord needs a tissue." I'm like, I'm an idiot, I swear. So, little fun fact about that.
You know what's funny is that it doesn't even say Megazord has been issued. It says Megazord has been initiated.
Really, I've always heard. Man, I didn't get my hearing checked.
Bro, turn on the subtitles. It says Megazord has been issued or initiated. My bad. See, now you
Hey,
got me saying
hey,
it.
hey, hey! I know I'm the senpai of the group and all, but I don't need subtitles. Okay, okay.
Whatever you say, big dog. All right, now let's go to
Woof.
season 2, Mighty Morphin. All right, you got the Thunder Megazord, bro.
Oh man, bro. Okay, I like that sword. Don't get me wrong, man. That
Mm-hmm.
ooh, the fact that they were all in that gigantic kind of bubble like in the chest.
Yep.
Now, granted, I know this was in the Sentai. I didn't start watching Sentai until Lost Galaxy,
Okay.
until I realized it was actually Japanese footage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but even watching the Sentai was amazing. Uh, and Thunder Megazord, yes, I was kind of upset when the Dino Megazord went back into
Mm-hmm.
the Earth. But the Thunder Megazord changed my perspective on what a Megazord should actually look like. Uh, Not to mention that final finishing with that backdrop behind them, bro. That was like art right there. So
True.
I'm gonna give this an ultra,
Okay.
mainly for nostalgia. Um,
Okay.
but it did get his butt kicked time or two, but it still pulled it off. For anyone
Yeah, that's true.
watching, I'm not going to give all the good ones ultra. It'd be like a landslide. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be fair and partial this entire time.
All right, now you have the Falcon Ninja Zord.
Now, are we talking movie? Are
Nope.
we talking? Okay, we're talking show. Okay,
TV show.
thank goodness. Thank goodness. I was like I'm about to say dumpster fire. um, no. What do you think?
Bro, I'm gonna catch a hot take for this one. I think it's mid.
Do you think the Ninja Falcon sword is mid?
Mid. And it's
I was
mid.
gonna go with Carrier. I was gonna go with Carrier.
No.
Um,
But here's my reason for mid. Here's my reason for putting
okay.
it mid, okay? It's throughout the entire season 3, right? Most of the fights that the Rangers went through, they defeated without going to their Megazords. Okay? Only when they
Yeah.
desperately needed to, and then even still got their asses handed to them. Okay? Which kind of switched the focus a little bit, but only when they went into their Shogun Zord did they actually start winning fights.
But we were on Ninja Megazord. You're gonna bring up Shogun.
Reason for that.
You don't have we don't have Shogun Megazord on the list.
No, because it's an auxiliary Zord. It's not an
Dang it.
actual primary Zord. So this is primary throughout the entire season. The first Megazord that they have to last the entire season, right? Only up until they got the Shogun Zord, which is halfway through the season, unlike most Megazords, which is kind of like further down the season. They actually introduced the Shogun Zord very early on in the series because.
But I want to get to the bottom of this because Carrier, I see what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but season 3, whenever they went back to being kids, and the only line of defense was the Aquitar Rangers, the
Yep.
Alien Rangers. They used the Shogun Megazord to help in fights against evil.
Yep.
So while they were still kids, technically they were the original 5 in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking too much into this. I'm gonna stop.
So that's my reason for mid, right? Plus, it's not really that good to look at. Basic.
It's basically like my ex. Okay, fine. I agree with you. I'm mid. Let's go in mid. Not gonna catch a good win for that, but let's go in mid.
Hey, and I'll defend it if we need to. Okay, I have my reasons. I mean, it's not that pleasing. You know what I mean? It's not that pretty to look at. Now, the Zeo Megazord. Now that's a different story.
Bro. No, Zeonizer sword. To me, it looked like he had Saiyan battle armor on, and that was so cool looking. Um, Zeo can't with the okay. It's not ultra because if it was ultra, if we were counting Pyramidas, if we were counting the Zeo battle Megazord,
Mm-hmm.
then it would be under ultra.
Yeah.
Okay, uh, but I would have to go with my opinion. I mean, I like the way that it combined together, and the fact that all five Zords represented the wonders around the world, like the Easter Island Head, the Sphinx, so on and so forth. I
Yep.
liked that. I liked that that how it looked and how they transformed, but I didn't like the finishing move. Just not wasn't big on it. I'm gonna go with Super.
And I agree. Now you got the
All right,
Turbo
what's
Megazord.
oh god, the
Not the
only thing I
movie,
liked.
the TV show.
Okay, all right. The only thing I liked about the Turbo Megazord was the finishing move. I liked the fact that he was like on a drag strip. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
drag strip. And he spun. And I'm not gonna lie, I got dizzy a few times as a kid watching that. And the fact that he like last slash and that cool pose, how he's still on one knee, and his
Mm-hmm.
swords extended and explosion. That was a cool shot each
Yep.
and every time. That to me, that's the only thing that saved it from being a dumpster fire. So to my opinion, I'm gonna go with mid.
Okay. Not to mention, bro, that the headlights on his chest shot out beams.
That's right. I forgot that part.
So
But I mean, if you think about it, Turbo wasn't the best season um, at all.
true.
So I think that does kind of affect the Megazord itself. Now, it, I think it's mid. What do you think?
I think if we were talking about the Turbo Rescue Zords, we would be talking a whole different conversation.
We would.
So I think mid is where it would be at. Now you got the Astro Megazord.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. I liked the Astro Megazord. I really did. The fact that it was headquarters and a Zord, much like the SPD
Mm-hmm.
headquarters as well. Um, the fact that its transformation was so awesome, but and you're going to agree with me when I say this,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the Voyager. It's not the Voyager Megazord.
Nope.
That would be Ultra instantaneously.
Yep.
It got the job done
Mm-hmm.
the first half of the season. And it's like it was constantly getting their butt kicked almost every episode without the help of Zane. And I think after they found the Voyager Megazord, after that, it was mostly they used the Voyager Megazord mostly.
That is true. That's a good point.
So since it was used in case of emergencies, or it was only used whenever they felt like they're not using it, it still got the job done, but still sucked at the same time. I'm gonna go with killing it.
Agree. Plus, the only person who really used it, other than the actual Rangers, was Zane. When the Rangers were in
True.
the Mega
Yeah.
Voyager, he was in the Astro Megazord. So
Not only that, but we may catch a little hate for that one because we did catch hate for when we ranked the seasons and we gave space and low tier.
yeah,
So yeah. Okay. What else?
got Lost Galaxy.
You're making this tough, man. You're making this tough.
Ah,
Uh,
hey,
I
somebody's
like
got to
the
do it.
story. Yeah, I liked the story. I liked the even the Sentai was just epically awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked everything about it. I liked the look of it. To me, it felt like almost just like the Thunder Megazord. It was all the right amount of parts. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
too bulky. It wasn't too big. Like it barely could move like the Shogun Megazord, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm not gonna put it ultra, but I'm not gonna put it lower than the super. So I'm gonna say super.
Okay, this is where I gotta disagree with you, my brother. I feel like it's Ultra
Okay.
due to the fact that when they were able to hit, because it's still when they were in Orion mode, it was still the original Megazord. This was the first season that we had that didn't introduce a whole new Megazord.
But they only activated the Orion power up when they were already in that power up. So
Exactly.
when they got in the Megazord, they use the power. So we're not talking about the after. We're talking the before. So before
Mm-hmm.
the Orion, because
It
if
would
you think
still
about it,
destroy.
it was still destroyed, but not as the Orion power would.
True.
Kind of like how we did Zeos Megazord Super.
Mm-hmm.
If we did include Pyramidas and the battle the Red Zero Vibe Battle Zord, it will
Yeah,
be
the Red
Ultra as
Battle
well.
Warrior.
Same as the Mega Voyager.
True.
We'll put that Super as well. So this we're doing before any kind of power up or auxiliary or special rangers. So this is before that. So before Orion occurred.
I
Um,
still feel like
that's
it's
why
Ultra though. I mean, it's
I
nice and
feel like
pretty.
super.
It's
It's a pretty.
powerful. I mean,
Won't you marry it?
if I could, I would. If I could, I would.
Bro, really?
Probably
Bro.
not.
They
All
don't
right,
make condoms that size.
Super it is. Time Force.
I I didn't like Time Force at all. Um, and I get called out a lot for not liking Time Force.
Okay.
It's just the season itself felt boring. The Time Force Megazord looked a little clunky, and uh,
Now, I'm not gonna lie, the mode,
uh,
the finisher. Yes, I
finisher
realize
was
it's Time
nice.
Force.
I give you that.
It was dope, right? You had you had
Mhm.
the sword
The
open
two,
into
yeah,
three, like into basically like a trident in a sense, right?
yep.
And then as you strike, and then as it's closing, it's counting down the time to where it becomes a sword again, solid one piece, and then you get destroyed. To me, that was a little badass. Not to mention mode 2 of the Time Force Megazord, you had a blaster instead of a sword. Um, but as in like mode 1, I mean it wasn't pretty to look at. It was still pretty powerful, you know. Um,
Okay, you know what? Since I got my way with the last Lord, I'll let you have your way. So, what do you think we could put Time Force Megazord?
I feel like it's carrier, bro. I
Okay,
feel like it's carrier.
I was hoping he wasn't going to say Ultra, but I'll deal with Super.
No, no, no. I was saying carrier.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
Just because yes,
Carrier's fine.
it is powerful. It's not really good to look at, but even then, when the Rangers unlocked mode 2, which is the blaster form, they did most of the damage with mode 2 and then they finished it up with mode 1.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I
I
mean?
thought you were going to put Ultra.
Oh, no, no,
It's
no, no,
been a
no.
long day.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Dude, if I put it at
Okay.
Ultra, I could not dare call myself a Power Ranger diehard.
When I moved in, his dad died as a firefighter. So anytime I
Yeah.
watched it, I was reminded of that because he would nothing but scream and cry, and even if I muted
Yeah,
it,
it's
he still screamed.
too much emotional attachment to it. It's
Yeah, too much or too much. I mean, still, even though he has passed on, and may he rest in peace,
yeah.
uh, still can't physically watch it. So it's always a be dumpster fire to me. I mean, maybe not for people who are watching this. You may like Speed Rescue. Maybe you're ultra. That's
Mhm.
okay. That is your thought, your opinion. You can do tier lists and it can be ultra all day. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, as a community, we have our likes and our dislikes, and that's okay.
Mhm. All right, we got the Wild Force Megazord.
Ooh, okay. Well, we're gonna do this. Okay, before or after Zenaku? That's the thing.
It would have to be
Are we
before
going
Zanaku.
to before Zenaku?
Mhm.
I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I
Carrier?
mean, yeah, I was gonna go with Carrier.
Carrier it
It's
is.
in the middle. It held its own, but at the same time, got its butt kicked a few times.
Yeah. Plus, not to mention the whole god of Wild Force, at least in the season, Animus was a replica
Yeah.
of the Wild Force Zords, anyways, which was weird to me as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Made no sense. Ninja Storm.
True. No, well, is that okay? My memory is. I'm losing my memory here. Whenever I maybe thinking of something else. But isn't that the one where they pull that string of the
Yep.
weapon, kind of like a Beyblade? Dude, that was sick. That was sick.
Mhm.
That was awesome. But before the Thunder Rangers came in, then Cam, it
So
still kicked butt. I mean,
this is still after Thunder Megazord, but
yeah,
before Chem.
yeah. I mean, obviously, yes. But we're not going to include Cam because Cam is a six Ranger.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go with Super because I did like the design. I did like the finish.
Yep.
Um, and even though there were three Rangers, they still made it. They still pulled. I believe this is the first ever three Ranger squad that we got,
Correct.
and it was awesome. So I'm gonna go with Super.
Yeah. Plus, not to mention any equipment that they had would be summoned through their chest
Yeah, that too.
instead of
Like
coming
little
out their leg or
orbs.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
you know? And then they even had one little orb that was a weapon because they would sling it back and forth like a yo-yo.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times you know, I broke so many classroom rules when I did that.
Yeah. All right, now you got Dino Thunder.
Mm. First and foremost, before I say anything, that was probably the peak of what a Power Ranger series should be. Um, Not to mention, yes, we JDF reprised his role as the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, which was exciting to
Mm-hmm.
see a mentor come back as a Ranger. Um, but we're going to talk about. I think this is second Ranger of three teams.
Yep.
I didn't. I don't know if I take this. I don't consider him Ultra because I mean the design. I like the design. Like I'm zooming in, what I can see right now is I didn't like the whole tail as an arm and the other side, the Triceratop. Is that Triceratop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like. I mean, I'm used to seeing hands. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen the Thunder Megazord, the Astro Megazord, and whatnot. It's the first time I ever seen a tail and a head as well. Not the first time Ninja Megazord
Yeah.
comes to mind, but I'm not going to say it's anything lower than a super or anything above supers. To me, I'm going to go super.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that great. I mean, was it powerful? Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The drill,
Oh
the
yeah.
tail on the end would turn into a drill, and they would be able to drill straight through the person's chest. Dope,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Triceratops
yeah.
would turn into a shield if need be. Dope. Okay. Hell, even the centerpiece, the pterodactyl, that would turn into a boomerang. So each individual piece was able to be used for something, but I don't know, man. Just something about it isn't like physically, like visually pleasing, like pleasing. You know what I mean? I just think it's super. I mean, it's powerful, yes, but it'll get the job done, guaranteed. But it's just not pretty. Now the next one, I think me and you both know where this is gonna land, and if we don't agree on this, I'm going to cry. SPD Megazord.
Bro, you know how I feel about SPD. You know I love SPD. Probably my favorite mentor storylines ever.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of Doggy Kruger. Probably, if not my top three best six Rangers ever.
Mm-hmm.
But we are talking about SPD. We are talking about Squad B, who has kicked the living crap out of Squad A. Man, I like the Megazord. I really do. I'm going to make a pick here where I'm going to put it. Yes, it's solely nostalgia. Yes, it's solely probably the best kind of action Megazord sequences you'll see until we get to Mystic Force, which is probably next. Uh, I'm gonna go Ultra all the way.
Oh, I agree with you.
You see, I don't even have to look at the screen. He knew where I was going to say. That's how damn good he is. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So so your take on the SPD Megazord?
Bro, it's dope. It's all around. It's pretty, right? It's powerful as hell because the blaster that they had, it had three separate modes. You
Yep.
had the actual laser gun part of it, which was the red light because each light represented something different. The yellow, right, was a
Yep.
was it like I want to say leash, but it was more like a rope tie down.
Yeah.
And then green was more so for like a spotlight, like a laser, like to scan anything. Like so
True.
the gun itself, when it popped out, they would grab it in midair and take the pose to get ready to fire as if they were at a firing range. And then not to mention the sword that they had, that was dope as fuck. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And then when they were in the battle, and then they would jump to the side, slow-mo, and just start firing. That's dope as shit.
Oh yeah, that he went that Megazord went completely Max Payne. I'm telling you, man. I
Oh
saw
yeah.
that. Oh man. I want to play Max Payne after that. I'm telling you.
Yep.
But
So.
Ultrazord for SPD,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, we do show SPD a lot of love because it's a damn good season.
Yep.
So
All
what's
right.
next on the agenda?
Magical source, Mystic Force.
Mystic Force, bro. Okay, this holds special one of the special place in my heart. I grew up in a pagan household, so witchcraft was a thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, finally something that I could relate to. You know, my mother's a witch, my dad's a druid, so seeing that was just wondrous and was awesome. And not to mention, man, Megazord battles did not disappoint. I mean that the Mystic Force, Megaforce, the Mystic Force Megazord
Mm-hmm.
did not disappoint. And the fact that it was just so cool, he's so slick, you know, just two fingers and just pushes up that witch hat after he's like, yeah, I just messed your stuff up today, man. That
Yep.
was just this is awesome. Not only that, but the magic included into its attacks, which is dope.
Yep. Plus, not to mention that before they fully came together as the Mystic Force Megazord,
Mm-hmm.
four out of the five Zords combined into a dragon, and then the red Phoenix Megazord would jump on it,
Yep.
ride it with his sword as the dragon's breathing fire
Bro,
would attack the enemies. How
bro,
dope
that
is that?
is that is that is like a walk-in Dungeons and Dragons dream right there.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's basically that's to me that's what Mystic Force felt like. It was a giant Dungeons and Dragons but power transition. That's what it felt to me.
exactly, bro. So dope,
So we
so
put
awesome.
yeah we put this under Ultrazord, and yes, we're calling nostalgia too. And this is one of the probably our top favorite seasons of Power Rangers and probably Megazords ever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hands down.
you may not like it, but we understand this is what we think. Uh,
Yep.
just let us know what you think.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right. Next up is the Operation Overdrive, the Hypermax Megazord.
Oh God, bro. Okay. I have no words for this one. Hey, you know, but here's the thing. But people said Turbo was trash. Honestly, people. Honestly, we didn't give Turbo Megazord trash. We got Turbo Megazord sitting at what, a mid?
Mm-hmm.
So it's above trash. Um, just oh God, I just can't begin to tell you. It's bulky. I mean, oh, wow. Its weapons was a pickaxe and a shovel.
Yeah, that.
Scary. Very, very scary. I mean, oh my God, don't hit me with a pickaxe and shovel, mister. You know, not to
Yeah.
mention, before Tyzon, even when they were in their Ranger forms, they still did the job. They
Yeah.
still got the job done. Even when they had the supersonic hearing and speed and strength and all that, that was dope. I liked that. Uh, but when they got on the Megazord, they acted like they forgot how to fight. And in my honest opinion, but yeah, dumpster fire. But what do you think?
I agree, bro. It was too much, too bulky. I feel like they were trying to make a difference, with combining what looks to be like a car type of thing, try to maybe correct their wrongs from turbo, you know what I mean, from like Lightspeed, you know, and it dropped the ball big time. So it's too much going on at
Mm,
once. I mean, the only cool thing about it is the fact that you have your engine pieces on your chest. That was the only cool part, I think. But other than that, wasn't really that powerful, didn't really make a difference when it, you know, before Taizon and after Taizon, when there was the different version of the Hypermax Megazord, that's when it really mattered. So half the season, yes, did it kill monsters? Yeah, but did it get
Yeah.
its ass kicked for most of the fight? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So just one of those things. All right, Jungle Pride Megazord.
This is Jungle Fury.
Yep,
Not gonna lie, Jungle Fury was a good season.
yep.
First time, I think I watched this first before the Sentai,
Mhm.
and I was actually kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I did like the whole sunglass warfare. A lot of people didn't like it, I know that, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Yep.
Something besides something on your wrist, in your hand or in the key or whatever it was. It was kind of cool. They can just put it on, tap it, do their poses, and then it's just a morphing sequence. But the Megazord, however, um, it kind of collaborated with their kung fu. And wasn't
Mhm.
this? I may be wrong, but wasn't this like the same thing as uh, the Zeoborgs that the Aqua Rangers used? They had that telepathic way they fight. Same
Yes.
thing inside the Zords with them. That was kind of cool. That to me. Now I'm gonna go off the rails here, but that felt like almost like G Gundam, how they were attached to the 1 second.
Well, Jeremy has technical difficulties. So far, we've ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Megazords. And we still have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more Megazords to go. So, see how well this goes. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll even do a quick little a secondary tier list for you guys as an added bonus. So while he's figuring out what's going on, I want to talk to y'all real quick. You know, we've defended and we've categorized all these Zords for a reason. You know, it's two heads, not just one person's opinion. And for the most part, you know, we got to make sure that these guys are, it's valid for a reason. Okay, so don't take it personal. I mean, if you guys have a different reason, a different, you know, Megazord that you guys would put, in the rankings, by all means, drop a comment, let us know, and we'll talk about it. Whether it be live right now or whether it be, you know, in the comments, going back and forth with you guys. This is our opinion. You know what I mean? So not everybody's gonna be perfect. So 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 still waiting for him to fix his technical difficulties. So how's everybody's Monday night going? I understand it's barely the beginning of the week, but hopefully it changes for you guys. Hopefully it gets better. Those of you tuning in to us, if you guys are just joining us, we are ranking every single Mighty Morphin, uh, Megazord, primary only, no auxiliary Zords, no secondary Zords, just primary Zords from Mighty Morphin all the way through Dino Fury. So from 1993, all the way to 2022. And just, showing what our opinion is. Sit back, enjoy the show, and we're still waiting for Jeremy to be done. So, not sure how long he's going to take, but we'll figure it out.
My landlord had to talk to me real quick. So where we at now?
So we are now with the Jungle Pride Megazord still. We haven't ranked it.
Okay. I like the Jungle Fury Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
I like everything about the season. I
Okay.
felt the Megazord. It was like I said before. I had to take care of something real quick. The fact that the Rangers themselves were in the Zords, they weren't tied to anything. There was no cockpit. They were just showing their fight moves. Basically, almost like how it was in G Gundam, how the pilots were, uh, scanned up to their brains. So anything that they did, the Gundam would do in return. I thought that was dope. I thought that was awesome. No cords, no joysticks, no nothing. But I mean, without the other Zords, the attachments like the bat, the shark, the elephant, and all the other Zords that they accumulated, if that was included, it would be ultimate. No questions about it. But I'm gonna put this under super.
Okay. I can respect that. Super it is. Alright, RPM Megazord.
Right. I did not like RPM. Um, yes, it was cool. There was a post-apocalyptic era, like Mad Max style. That was kind of cool. No, cool. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the Rangers, the Sentai. I mean, Sentai's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But this Megazord, look at this Megazord. This makes no sense. You got a giant bird in the middle. It looks like a bird with a beak and all. Then you got something below it, and then you got huge ass shoulders, mind you, ladies and gentlemen. Huge shoulders. Makes no sense whatsoever. Clunky. I did not like the finishing move. Nothing about this makes sense. Not a big RPM fan, so I'm gonna let my emotions and feelings get entirely this one. I want to say dumpster fire. But what do you think, Dave?
I feel like it carried itself, man.
Oh wow.
I feel like
Okay,
it's a
I'd like to hear
carrier.
your explanation on this one.
So throughout the season, there was only one RPM Megazord. Before the Black Ranger and the Green Ranger's Megazord was ever introduced, this one was dropping down and kicking ass. Before, even afterwards, this one was kicking ass. And then even after the Gold Ranger and the Silver Ranger's Megazord was introduced, it was still kicking ass on its own. Is it pleasing to look at? No, because you have the damn giant anime Google eyes, which was stupid. But it was still powerful by itself.
Okay, you know what? You okay? Really need to get the webcam. So in case we do these tier lists, and me, you, and Jerry don't agree, we can all rate rock paper scissors.
So let's meet. You say dumpster fire. I say carrier.
Let's go.
We'll
Let's
go
go
mid. All right. You got samurai.
You know what I'm gonna say with this one. I felt that the Thunder Megazord felt that I felt like the Thunder. And I talked to you and Jerry about this about a couple months back. That
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the Thunder Megazord felt like more of a samurai with the sword, the armor, even the head. felt more of a samurai than the samurai Megazord itself.
Yeah, I feel like this was a giant ripoff of the Shogun Zord,
Yeah, that too.
and then it was an actual samurai. You know what I mean? So it was just dumpster fire, dude. I mean, it was more Lego-ish, you know, because this is when Hasbro officially took over. So they were making their toys look exactly like the Power Ranger series, or vice versa, I'd say, because it wanted to be more appealing to kids that way and easier to put the stuff together. Because as you look at the parts, they just basically split in half and then you assemble it and click it together.
Yeah.
The only one that doesn't really transform that much is the Red Ranger Zord, because all it does is it just the back part of it just pulls out and drops down, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything
I
else
would agree with you
assembles
on
to
that.
it. So it wasn't. Plus, it wasn't even that strong because you
No, it wasn't.
had the Gold Samurai Ranger when he finally got introduced into the season. His Even though he didn't have an official Zord until later on in the series, he
Yeah.
was able to convert using technology the current Samurai Zord and his Megazord to create something better, and the Rangers ended up using that Megazord over their traditional Megazord anyways. So it didn't matter.
So, so wait, hold on. Is that the super samurai Megazord I'm seeing next?
No. No, that
Okay, thank goodness.
one's Megaforce. So
Oh
this is
boy.
basic Megaforce, go say level 1 introduction.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you take the lead on the next one.
Dumpster
Uh,
fire. And the reason for
you
that
already know.
is because, is it pretty to look at? Kind of. Can it fly in the sky? Yes. Is it powerful? Sure.
Yeah,
But
it can
at the
fly in the
same
sky, but
time,
not.
it
It
made
can
no
fly in the
sense.
sky, but not very agile.
Nah,
Hell,
it wasn't.
the Mystic Force Megazord can fly a little more big than that.
Yep. And it's just all around Megaforce damn near killed the entire Power Ranger series. So I'm gonna let my emotions
Yeah.
get the better of me on this one. I would have rather been without at that point. Now you got Super Mega Force,
Okay.
which is next. Now that's a different story.
Okay. I wasn't going to watch Super Mega Force after the Mega Force let down, and you know, I will admit that we got to see, and we covered this in the last tier that we did.
Mm-hmm.
That Mega Force, we did see some Super Sentai teams. I mean, that was cool. I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. Uh, Megazord. I mean, it did. I'm not gonna lie, it did carry its weight
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit, actually.
True.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the design. You know, sleek, very intimidating. I'm,
That it
I'm gonna
is.
go with carrier. I'm gonna go carrier on this one in the middle.
All right, you're catching heat on that one.
I don't care. At me all you want.
Dino Charge Megazord.
I okay. Be honest. I only watched a couple episodes of Dino Charge. I didn't watch all of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one.
Dino Charge was mid. Just because of the fact of it's more Lego-ish. It's very bulky, you know.
Yeah.
It did start with the
Man,
original three. You know,
but people are gonna say what? People are gonna say, why is it Lego-ish? Y'all look at it long enough, and you'll see the little round round circular things that a Lego has. It looks like a Lego.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, was it powerful? Yes, but only when it started having a whole bunch of combinations added to it. Plus, not to
Yeah,
mention, the only thing that really made it the legit Megazord was the fact of you had the Dino Charge, I guess canisters you could say, that went into the Dino Charge pistols were inserted into
yeah.
the actual Megazord's mouth. To me, that shouldn't be how you activate a Zord. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Next up is Ninja Steel. Me personally, I think it's dumpster fire because
I
the
was just
whole
gonna say dumpster
thing
fire.
holding your Megazord together is a ninja and a robot. It's like a giant Gundam. But even the dude in the
Very
middle
much.
is giant as well, and it's holding joysticks. Like they're just basically laughing at that point,
Yeah.
you know. Uh, to me, it was just trash.
Yep.
All right, now you got the Beast Morphers.
Truth be told, Dave, I'm gonna let you take control on this one. I did not watch Beast Morphers,
You
and
didn't?
yes, I know what you're saying. No, to be honest, I didn't get a chance to because that was a very trying time when it came out for me. Um, but yes, I am a Power Ranger fan. Dead to rights. I'm true to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get a chance to watch Beast Morphers.
Okay.
Um, I really want to watch Beast Morphers with my two dudes, David and Jerry, come PMC. 'Cause we're going to do a lot of Power Ranger stuff on PMC, so I'm planning on holding out to PMC to watch it with y'all.
Okay.
So
So
why'd you put it on Super?
I put it on Super because not only is it powerful, it looked good. And the reason why I say it's powerful is this. There's two jets on the sword itself. There's two jets.
Ooh,
So kind of like the Turbo Megazord, it does launch itself with the sword. So it is pretty powerful. Not to mention the Yellow Ranger's Megazord on the side, it acts as like a shield because both of the quote unquote jackrabbit ears, they'll like turn into
yeah,
like a clock essentially, and it'll appear in a shield, right?
nice.
Not to mention, and I could be wrong, I would have to rewatch Beast Morphers again, but with the jackrabbit ears, you I believe also sent out like a laser.
Ooh,
Again, I'm not exactly 100% positive on it. I would have to rewatch it, but it was powerful. It was simple. It wasn't really that cartoonish. And not to mention when the Megazord came to full battle mode, a green orb, a green barrier would surround itself from all sides to defend itself.
nice.
So like the quote unquote morphing grid would shoot down or shoot above it, right? Protecting it as it was finishing its transformation and deflect any attacks from all sides. So I thought that was cool.
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Yeah, man. You can watch it on Netflix. It's pretty cool.
Sweet.
You also have Dino Fury as the last one.
So, um, oh, man. I only saw after the season of season one, and then about 3 episodes of season two. At this point, I almost became completely burnt out in Power Rangers in general because felt like they were just throwing ideas around,
Yeah,
and there's so many. If y'all don't watch the Sentai, y'all missing out. There's
yeah,
so many good Sentais in the adaptation lobby that will never get a chance to be adapted to a Power Rangers. That's sad. Like take Q Ranger for example. Q Ranger. came out in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sadly, it had 12 Power Rangers, each Ranger based on a constellation, the 12 constellations. Each one of them had their own unique character and unique way of transforming into that the Q Ranger. Um, the black Q Ranger being my all time favorite one. Uh, but nonetheless, we do get to see that in Cosmic Fury, this Dino Fury season 3, which is Cosmic Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, we do get to see the Morphers, the Globes, and yes, that's not Cosmic Fury Globes. That was the Q Ranger Globes. That is exactly what they are, and the Megazord is Q Ranger as well. Um, Now, if this was, we're not going to put Cosmic Fury down because Cosmic Fury is not out yet. But if Cosmic Fury, the Megazord Cosmic Fury was on this list, I would put it as super if it was, for the main reason because it was a Q Ranger Megazord, awesome ass Megazord.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not the Q Ranger Megazord. This is the Dino Fury. Is this season 1 or season 2?
It's both.
It's okay. I did like the look of it. I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. Okay, I did not, however, like any of the finisher. So
Mm.
not gonna put it in Dose of Fire because we got too many Dose of Fire. I'm gonna put it as mid. That's my decision.
See, I thought it was Carrier just because it was actually powerful.
It didn't feel powerful to me. That's just the thing.
Mm.
But
But mid would technically be halfway through. So mid it is. And bam. So that is our list of Power Ranger Megazords from Mighty Morphin all the way through to Dino Fury. We'll take a good long look on it. It will be posted on our social medias. So if you guys follow the Zeonizer Podcast on Instagram, cool. If not, make sure you guys follow. It's Zeonizer Podcast 3. Hit us with the follow. You know, when you guys follow us out here on YouTube, make sure you guys click the bell. That way you guys can turn on notifications. And that way you guys know when we're posting videos or whenever we go live. Um, Also follow us on Facebook. It's the Zeonizer Podcast. And yeah, I mean, dude,
now,
we killed this entire tier list in only an
yo,
hour.
that's not bad. Now we're liking this tier list now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we think about it because we're able to put in all the information that we know in the Power Rangers community, and it's just wonderful and it's awesome. But here's the thing: on this tier list, there is no mentor. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that could be our very next tier list that we do, and I'm all for it. We were talking about the mentors. We were talking about the auxiliary zords. We were talking about villains. Uh, we're talking about morphers and all that. So we may do this tier list every now and then, just as to change it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we will not be recording our average episode tomorrow because a lot's going on tomorrow. We're all working. Um, so a lot of things are happening in the next coming months. Uh, like we constantly update you guys. We have Exo Primal stream next month.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we have Diablo 4. Me, David, and J3D will be on stream doing Diablo 4.
Yep.
Look out for that as well if you're a big Diablo fan. Uh, we do have Once and Always next month. That is probably the biggest thing the Ranger community is looking to look for besides Legend of the White Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And even that's coming out on JDS birthday in September. Um, but other than that, we are working on. You heard our sponsor drop. We dropped our sponsors at the beginning of the video, and we are happy and excited. I'm working on our own merch. Well, not me, but a good friend of mine, a
Mm-hmm.
former boss, working on our very own Zeonizer Podcast shirts. It's dope as hell. You can see a picture of it on our Instagram, Zeonizer Podcast 3. We have a few ideas and plans of how we're going to launch the first ever shirt. We'll keep you guys updated as time goes on. Keep an ear full because we have a special guest attending the Zeonizer Podcast the day after, once and always. So keep check out for that. But
Mm-hmm.
anything else I'm missing, David, or
I mean, truthfully, bro,
is there anything else that we're
this
missing? Or
episode is kind of short for today. It would have been longer if our buddy J3D was actually on. Unfortunately, he had some stuff he had to take care of, so we had to kind of proceed without him as much as we didn't want to. But nonetheless, he's still our good buddy. We still take good care of him, and we make sure that he's good at the end of the day. So that being said, you guys, I mean, kind of take it with a grain of salt at this point. We try not to keep these episodes super long, but at the same time, it's one of those things where we got to make sure that we give you guys a good product. So again, if you guys enjoyed the stream, by all means, like and subscribe. Hit us with a comment. Make sure you guys click that bell notification. And then if you guys follow us on YouTube, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We do post a lot more videos on there, as well as a lot of like polls, and we ask you guys' opinion stuff on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow us on there. And yeah, I think that's about it, man.
no? Wait, are you getting the next one ready? Is that the Battleizers I see?
Yes. So I don't
So
know if
are
you
we
want
giving
to.
the people kind of a sneak peek?
We can.
I mean, I already see a few that's go S tier already.
That is true.
I see that.
That's...
I see that red Dragon Fire Ranger.
All right. So what he's referring to is this. Okay, I'll throw it in presentation for you guys. Uh,
Sorry, I'm a bad influence.
all right. So, this is gonna be most likely next week's stream. I'm organizing it to be in order, but for the most part, the red battleizers, every season that basically had a battleizer in some way, shape, or another, this is basically it. There's not a lot because not every season had one. So this is kind of a sneak peek for next week's stream. Or even this week's stream. We might do another episode later on this week. It might be pre-recorded. It might not be. Who knows?
You never know.
Never know.
But like we said, our social media. We're on Facebook, the Zeonizer Podcast. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Zeonizer Podcast 3.
Mm-hmm.
Me and David are working on our
That
own
was
Twitch
weird.
account.
Yep.
So yeah, what happened? So I guess stream ended by itself.
No. The stream's still on, bro. You just had technical difficulties, bro.
Oh, whoopsie. Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Ignore what I said. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but we are on the Instagram. I'm in charge of the Instagram. The boy
Yep.
fun guy. I usually post stuff that we're going to use as upcoming show material,
Mm-hmm.
or something that comes up, like for instance, like the TMNT Ronin video game that they are currently working on, which we're all excited about. Anything that has to do with Legend of the White Dragon, once and always, or anything I may think that you guys may like to see, I'll post it in the show that we just did. It will also be on Instagram as well. We're doing everything we can right now to make sure we're on every feasible platform to fit y'all's needs.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently working on a Zeonizer Podcast Twitch, so that when we do games like Exo Primal and Diablo 4, we can use that. I'm thinking about getting going to be 2K23 and doing a solo, and I'll put that on the Zeonizer Podcast Twitch as well. Until then, you guys stay awesome. May the power protect each and every one of you.
Yep.
I'm Mr. Fun Guy, aka Jeremy, and I'm with my friend and my fellow brother.
This is your boy David, aka PhenomenalMiklo. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. Same thing, PhenomenalMiklo, as well as on Facebook. Make sure you guys follow us on all platforms, just because you never know what we might post. Hell, we might even do a couple of giveaways, for certain people.
In the future, yes.
When we get more of you guys. So like, share, comment, hit the bell notifications, you know what I mean? And if you guys enjoy this stream, share it with your friends. I mean, there's no better thing than word of mouth, you know what I mean? So
you know what? You guys have been great, awesome, and wonderful. And like we always say at the end of every stream and every recording, if you guys want to be Zeonized, you know where to find us. You have a great one.
Have a good night, everybody.